Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an airline pilot and a PMDG beta tester. PMDG have just posted an extensive update on their forums featuring 777 news, including a release date of the 200ER, and 747 news and the new Operation Center 3.0. If you haven't seen any of those yet, pay close attention as things are going to become important for you. And we're going to start with the basics here, which is the Operation Center 3.0. And this is what it looks like. So the new Operation Center 3.0 is going to take over from the previous 2.0 in that it is completely going to replace it. Now, for the time being, you can already download it from PMDG's website and find the 777 Freighter and 777-300ER in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 within it, and more products will be coming to the new Operation Center very soon. Now, whenever a new product is made live in Operation Center 3, it will be removed from the older Operation Center to a point where the old Operation Center is going to be retired completely. Now, if you do want to try the new Ops Center out, then it is recommended that you uninstall your previous PMDG product installation and then reinstall it through the new Operation Center to ensure that it works completely with the new Ops Center. Now, how exactly is it going to look like? So basically over here we can see the different aircraft that are available, and you just go onto the aircraft, then you can install it from right down here on screen, and you also have liveries available, including the good old verified option, which ensures that this livery is fitted completely with a realistic equipment set that the real operator has in store for you. Also note that you've got things such as the support tab available on here that you can use in order to send a support ticket straight away, and a couple of those very nice options. Well, and that's the new Operation Center 3.0, which is eventually going to replace the old Operation Center completely. So now let's go ahead and have a look into those things that all of you do want to see, right? That's right, that's this one of course, the 777-200ER. So a release date, or rather a provisional release time frame to be a bit more exact, has been set on the calendar for the highly anticipated 777-200ER. And the release is anticipated to happen simultaneously for both Flight Simulator 2020 and Flight Simulator 2024 between the 16th of April to the 29th of April. Now, I think the best way forward to describe the 777 is to quote Robert's forum post. As always, if you want to read up on the exact details of it, you can do that through the link in the video description below. Quote, the PMDG 777-200ER is a big package which includes the Pratt & Whitney 4092, General Electric GE90 and Rolls-Royce Trent 892 engine types, fully simulated, each with its own engine model, performance characteristics and customized sounds. The flight and performance models of each airframe are accurate to within 0.1% of the flight performance data compiled by the aircraft manufacturer, and given how differently the wing and engine package on the 200ER performs than a newer wing or engine combination on the 300ER, Freighter and 200LR, this package gives you a vastly different flying experience, especially as you stretch out to heavyweight takeoffs and long-range flying. This package is the first to include our new generation of sound packages, redesigned from the ground up to bring you an even more feature-rich sound environment, including new sounds from the flight deck of the 200ER airplane, from new high-quality recordings and synthesis. We have also added in new layers of sound that we didn't have access to previously, in order to give you an even more feature-rich environment from which to experience the joy of flying the 777-200ER. The state of play with the simulation has improved, with new features added to the tablet, such as a fully customized weight and balance application that integrates neatly with SimBrief, and improved integration with SimBrief for data uplink for flight plans, performance data, winds and the rest. Many other areas of the 777 have received attention, with enhanced velocity predictive methods added to the auto throttle in order to improve speed handling and reduce throttle haunting in gusty conditions. The roll and pitch handling qualities have been improved, along with advanced mathematical modeling to improve pilot feel across a range of hardware input devices. Aircraft systems have been through numerous rounds of improvements to eliminate various issues throughout the airplane and generally improve the simulation state throughout. A single purchase, price to be announced, will give users both the 2020 and 2024 versions of the airplane, and installation will be handled via the new PMDG Operations Center 3 to include more than 30 free liveries at release. We have a few more corners to tuck in and details to resolve, but we will refine expectations on the release date as we increase our certainty in the coming days. Most of our customers are eagerly awaiting arrival of the products in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, and this has been the main focus of PMDG's effort since January, when we received the first WASM-enabled Sim Update 1 beta. Since the 200ER was in development, we have used the 200ER as the development testbed for moving our products from 2020 to 2024, and it has been quite a learning experience. These are effectively entirely different products with unique structures, unique build requirements, unique model structures, texture implementation, sound methodologies. While we could certainly have dragged the 2020 product into 2024 and made it run, we felt it was far better to leverage the new capabilities of the new simulator in order to wrangle peak performance out of the product, even if that took a few thousand man-hours of development time and learning to accomplish. We think the results are worth it, and early results from some of the folks we have shared this product with tell us that performance of the 777 in MSFS 2024 is even better than it was in MSFS 2020. Quote end. At this point, I just want to chime in my personal experience here, in that with a certain set scenario and my current computer build, I get about 90 frames with the Indiebuilds A350 and round about the same with the Phoenix A320, and the 777 in that same situation gives me 110 to 115. So really worth mentioning that the performance is really improved, especially when I consider that I have of course tried to copy and paste the older 777 from 2020 into the new sim when the Sim Update 1 beta came along, as many people said that it would be working. I tried that and I'm getting about 20 frames more than I did with that product as well. So that's pretty nice. So let's go ahead and have a look at the rollout sequence that PMDG anticipates for their Flight Simulator 2024 product line. The 200ER is estimated between the 16th to the 29th of April. The freighter is expected mid to late May. The 300ER is also expected mid to late May. The DC-6 is expected in early May, and the 200LR, hey guys, that's a new product announcement, is expected late May to early June with a question mark. And the PMDG 737s are still to be announced, as some more work will go into those. Quoting Robert again, the 777F and 777-300ER will take us a few weeks to finish building out and testing, because we need to roll in all of the changes and improvements, new sounds, improved logic, handling qualities, weight and balance tablet feature, etc., as well as refactoring how the models are built and structured, etc. It takes quite a bit of time, but now that we have a process for it, designed from the 200ER work, we anticipate getting both of these products fully integrated into MSFS 2024 by the end of May. All 2020 777 owners will get the 777s in 2024 free of charge. Quote end. So Robert goes on to explain how things are going to get changed with Flight Simulator 2024 and future development cycles. The core point here is to mention that the 747 product lines, so the 100 and the 400 and -8, will be released on Flight Simulator 2024 only. Further to that line of effort, they will be removing all of their legacy prepared products to end of lifetime effective 30th June 2025. Beyond that date, they will no longer provide support for these products, although customers will still maintain access to them via the PMDG e-commerce account if they wish to install them. They have not released any new titles for Prepared in 5 years, and obviously no more are forthcoming. This change should result in very little impact to customers, except that they will deprecate the use of the PMDG Operation Center 2, and that will reduce the tool's effectiveness to only installing third-party liveries. Now, as you could of course expect, some people have already complained about the fact that the 747s will be for FS 2024 only, and of course I can only state my personal opinion on that over here, and not PMDG's opinion or anything. But in my personal opinion, we've seen very nicely with the Inibuild A350 how FS 2024 is really superior to the old simulator in pretty much any way. Except maybe stability and the user interface. Well, stability is quite okay with the Sim Update 2 beta already. The user interface, I got used to it over a couple of weeks and it kinda works for me now. So, why would they release the 747 only for the new sim? I think the Inibuild 350 has nicely shown what abilities the new simulator has, especially in terms of what it can do with the visuals and with airplane complexity. I had a very interesting discussion with someone in the PMDG forums when I said that the new sim enables you to simulate aircraft cabins to a level of detail that just isn't possible in the old simulator. Then people, of course, rightfully so, said, well, but Phoenix and Eiffel have done superb cabins for the old simulator, and I do fully agree. But at this point, we gotta see the difference between, for example, an A350 or a 747 to an A320 or a 737. Those cabins are just a lot more complex in those wide-body aircraft. You not only have business class, first class, premium economy class, then you have crew rest areas, you have a lot more galleys, and just a cabin that is more than twice as large, with many times more the seats. But you also have that entire area around the cockpit that extends a little bit. What do I mean with that? Well, take the 747 for example. You can either go back into your upper deck cabin, or you can take a turn and go into the crew rest area. Then the upper deck has a full galley, whilst the lower deck, of course, has several galleys as well. All of that adds a lot of complexities to the cabin of a wide-body aircraft when compared with a smaller aircraft, such as an Airbus A320, which, well, has a maximum of 2 different types of seats and then 2 galleys, which is, you know, a lot less to model than a 747 would have. Therefore, by going for the new simulator only, it enables PMDG to make use of all those features, and 2024 just offers a lot more options, and in my opinion it makes a lot more sense to build the new aircraft around the new simulator rather than to make it compatible with a 5-year-old simulator that, well, won't be used that much anymore by people buying new add-ons by the time the 747 comes out. You will have noticed previously that there was no release date given for the 747s, and judging just by PMDG's history of releasing past add-ons, and that is not including any insider knowledge I may have at the moment, but simply judging by PMDG's history of releasing past add-ons, it usually takes them about 2 years between different product lines. So the 737 was followed or was released roundabout in early to mid 2022, and then the 777 came about in 2024, and we could see the same kind of 2 years time frame previously with PMDG releases. So my guess is that when the 777 is finished, it's going to take us at least a year until we're going to see the 747. By that time, 2024 will be a much more matured simulator than it is right now, and a lot more customers will have moved over from 2020 to 2024. And it just wouldn't be viable anymore to create a product from scratch that would be oriented to a then 6 years old simulator. Just my personal opinion here. Well, and that's the essence of PMDG's new update. Let me know your opinion. As always, head down into the comments underneath the video to find the link to Rob's original post, including the full size and no downscale version of the screenshots that have been provided over here of the new 777-200ER. And then I'm really looking forward to see you all again on the next one.